Get ready for action, because we are diving straight into the world of elite tennis. Casper Ruud has dropped some serious insight on the current landscape, breaking down who truly belongs at the very peak of the game. We're talking about the incredible level of Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz, and Ruud is laying down the truth about what it takes to reach that absolute elite tier, comparing them directly to the legends of the Big Three. This is a deep dive into the rivalry and the sheer dominance at the top of the sport. Switching gears about the upcoming Field Day block party, featuring live performances by Cirque Kickass and Abracadabra Trip, and how this community effort is securing the future of the arts at Field Arts and Events Hall. Finally, we tackle a massive national conversation about healthcare reform as U.S. Senate candidate Abdul El Sayed and Rep. Pramila Jayapal debate Medicare for all at a major town hall. El Sayed is challenging the status quo, calling private insurance companies parasites, and Jayapal is urging candidates to think big about expanding coverage for everyone. Don't miss this crucial discussion on the future of American healthcare, and stick around because we have more breaking news coming up right after this. Casper Ruud has offered a high benchmark for current elite tennis players, comparing Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz to the peak level achieved by the Big Three, Novak Djokovic, Rafael Nadal, and Roger Federer, during their prime years. In a recent interview, Ruud stated that Sinner and Alcaraz have reached a level few players in the world can attain when they are playing at their best. Ruud, who has been in the world's top 10 since 2020 and has secured 3 Grand Slam finals, including 2 at Roland Garros, emphasized the exceptional quality of Sinner's game. When questioned about Alcaraz's standing, Ruud affirmed that both players belong in that elite category. He noted that while he played the Big Three later in their careers, he believes the comparison holds true for the current generation. Ruud has played all of the top players in the world throughout his career, and he believes Sinner has reached a level that few have ever matched. Sinner's current form is underscored by a 34-match Masters 1000 winning streak and his completion of the career Golden Masters, making him the second man in history to achieve this feat. Ruud has faced Sinner in 8 head-to-head matches, with only 1 victory in the 2022 ATP Finals. Looking ahead, Ruud stressed the importance of the upcoming Roland Garros tournament for his season, suggesting that success there could significantly boost his ranking, despite acknowledging that his current level may not match Sinner and Alcaraz's peak, but remains superior to his previous ranking. The focus now shifts to the start of the Roland Garros tournament in 8 days. The Los Angeles Lakers are aggressively pursuing key talent in the offseason following their recent season conclusion against the Oklahoma City Thunder. With the focus shifting to rebuilding, the team is reportedly prioritizing the re-signing of Austin Reaves and considering the return of Jaxson Hayes. Reaves, who is entering free agency, has indicated a lack of immediate future planning, stating, "I don't think about what I'm gonna do in the future." Alongside Reaves, LeBron James remains a central figure for the franchise. However, analysts suggest that center Jaxson Hayes is the next priority for the Lakers. ESPN's Dave McMenamin indicated that Hayes, who has been with the team for several seasons and is a member of the Slovenian national team, is considered a strong candidate for return. There is strong speculation linking Hayes' return to Luka Doncic. Reports suggest that Doncic would welcome Hayes back, citing the strong on-court chemistry they have developed. Furthermore, sources suggest that Doncic may have played a role in facilitating Hayes' involvement with the national team, viewing the opportunity to secure a Slovenian passport and team up with him as a crucial step for Hayes' Lakers' future. The Lakers recognize the critical need for a center this offseason. Hayes earned just over $3 million last season, and bringing back a player familiar with the coaching staff, system, and core players is seen as a significant move toward their goal of reaching the NBA Finals. The organization is determined to strengthen the roster to compete at the highest level. Fieldhall's ambitious, All-In Capital campaign is nearing its finish line, with a community celebration scheduled to mark the achievement. The campaign has successfully surpassed $11.6 million toward its $12 million goal, leaving a final $380,000 needed. To celebrate this significant milestone, Fieldhall will host Field Day, a free outdoor block party on Oak Street on Saturday, June 13. Steve Rader Ginsburg, executive and artistic director, expressed deep gratitude, stating, "We are committed to offering world-class experiences at a price our community can afford. This community has shown time and time again that it is willing to invest in the arts." The campaign comprised 2 phases, an initial $10 million phase that covered pandemic-era construction costs and secured the building as a permanent community asset, and a $1.09 million public phase focused on operational priorities like financial accessibility and artistic programming. The public campaign, launched on March 10, now aims to raise the remaining $380,000. These remaining funds are earmarked to support vital Fieldhall for All programs, including financial assistance and the Peninsula Performs. Arts education, alongside artistic excellence initiatives such as presenting nationally recognized artists like Pink Martini, Flynn Creek Circus, and Judy Collins, and developing new works. The campaign's success is largely due to broad support, drawing contributions from private donors and public sources. Over 200 individuals have contributed, with 75% of the funds originating from private donations, supplemented by leadership gifts from the Dorothy Field Estate, Laura Cooksey, and Susie Nunley in memory of Dawn Nunley, among others. The remaining 25% of the funding has come from government grants, including a $1 million from the USDA Community Facilities Program and $1,950,000 from the Washington Department of Commerce. Donors who contribute $5,000 or more are eligible for naming recognition on building features, including theater seats, the lobby staircase, and the Sunset Lounge, with all supporters being acknowledged on the Fieldhall website and digital lobby screens. Field Day is set for Saturday, June 13, from 1 to 5 p.m. on Oak Street between Railroad and Front Streets in downtown Port Angels. The free, all-ages event will feature live performances by Cirque Kickass and Abracadabra Trip, a communal table, a beer garden, and food. No tickets are required. For more information or to contribute, interested parties are directed to fieldhallevents.org/allin. Fieldhall is a 501(c)(3) nonprofit performing arts and conference venue located at 201 W Front Street, Port Angels, Washington. Ann Arbor residents gathered Saturday afternoon at the Modern Languages Building for a healthcare town hall featuring U.S. Senate candidate Abdul El-Sayed and Representative Pramila Jayapal of Washington. The event was moderated by Aaron McCormick, president of the Michigan Nurses Association. Representative Jayapal, who has represented Seattle in the U.S. House since 2017, has championed legislation to expand Medicare coverage from its current limits to encompass all Americans. El-Sayed, who co-authored the book Medicare for All, A Citizen's Guide, has made this concept a central campaign theme. El-Sayed is currently competing against State Senator Mallory McMorrow and U.S. Representative Haley Stevens in the Democratic primary on August 4th. Both opponents support establishing a public health care option alongside private insurance. El-Sayed advocates for a single-payer system, a state-run universal health care plan intended to replace private insurance entirely. Jayapal expressed optimism, stating that El-Sayed's campaign signals potential for candidates in the 2026 and 2028 elections focused on universal Medicare expansion. During the town hall, El-Sayed strongly criticized private health insurance providers, labeling them as parasites that exploit patients by imposing deductibles. He cited ongoing contract negotiations between Michigan Medicine and Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan as evidence of insurers restricting access to care, warning that over 200,000 Michigan Medicine patients could lose in-network care if an agreement is not reached by July 1st. El-Sayed asserted that Medicare for All would eliminate such entities. Data from a 2025 Pew Research Center study indicated that 35% of Americans support a national single-payer system, while 31% favor a hybrid model of government programs and private insurance. El-Sayed suggested that Medicare for All is achievable through collective action and organization. He countered skepticism about feasibility by stating that if people collectively decide they want change, it can happen. El-Sayed also addressed public distrust in medical institutions, noting that high healthcare costs have eroded confidence in the science of healthcare. He questioned the trust placed in institutions when personal finances are at stake. Meanwhile, Representative Jay Apple advised other candidates seeking Medicare expansion to pair ambitious goals with practical implementation plans, encouraging them to think broadly about necessary solutions. Bill Lewis, press assistant for El-Sayed's campaign, noted that El-Sayed's platform offers hope for younger voters disillusioned with the political system, suggesting his direct approach is resonating with those seeking systemic change.